function has an independent variable which is x and a dependent variable which is y. A is the constant term or the y-intercept. It is the value of y when x equal to 0. B is the coefficient of the x and also known as the slope. The graph of linear function can be plotted by find 2 points which is satisfy the linear function equation, then plot and connect the point with the straight line.
Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Nur Ainabila binti Zulkifli and I will be explaining on the content of linear function. So let's go. So in this subtopic, we will learn how to graph linear function using the first one is gradient or slope, the second one is intercept, and the last one is using 2 points. What is gradient or slope? Gradient or slope is described as the direction and steepness of the line, and it is often denoted as letter M. Gradient or slope can be calculated as change in y divided by change in x, or also known as a rise over run, where change in x must not equal to 0. So as you can see, this is the formula, which is m equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, where x2 minus x1 is not equal to 0. The second one is intercept, and the definition is where the line intercept y or at axis. And to find x-intercept, set y equals to 0 and then solve for it. Same as to find y-intercept, set x equals to 0 and then solve for it. So as you can see, this is the example of solution, and for further explanation, please refer to the video of example and exercise later on. The last one is using 2 points. You are given an equation. So this is the simple rules how to graph the linear function. The first one is pick any number as at coordinates. Example, x equals to 0 and x equals to 6. The second one is substitute the value of x into the given equation. Next, after that, you solve for it and you will get 2 points, which is x1, y1 and x2, y2. After you get the 2 points, plot the points and draw a line to connect the 2 points. So that's all from the content. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Wan Izzah Atira binti Wan Kamarul Zaman, matric number D201910888446. So in this part of video, I will explain about the example on how to graph a linear function. Example 1. Using 2 points. Okay, the question is graph the linear equation y equal to 1 over 3x minus 2. So to find the points in this method, we need to pick two values of x that easier for us to find the value of y. Okay, so the first value of x that I choose is x equal to 0. So substitute the x value into the equation and we get the y value is negative 2. So 1 point on the line is 0, negative 2. The next value is I choose 3 because it easier for us to cancel in the fraction in the equation. So substitute 3 in the equation and we got the y value is negative 1. So another point on the line is 3, negative 1. So we have 2 points for our graph. So let's do the graph. Example 2. Use slope and y-intercept. Okay, the equation is graph the linear equation y equal to 2 over 3x plus 4. Since this equation is in the form y equal to mx plus b or in a slope-intercept form, so we know the value of the slope and y-intercept. So from this equation, we know the value of the slope is equal to 2 over 3 and the value of the y-intercept is 4. So from this value, we can quickly do the graph. Example 3. Using x-intercept and y-intercept. The question is, graph the linear equation negative 3x plus 2y equal to 6. Okay, so firstly, we need to find the x-intercept. To find the x-intercept, which is the point where the graph crosses the x-axis, so we need to let y equal to 0 and solve for x. So when we substitute y equal to 0, we got the value of x is negative 2. Next, we need to find the y-intercept. So how to find y-intercept? Y-intercept is the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. So let the x equal to 0 and solve for the y. So substitute x with the 0 and we got the value of y is 3. So we have x-intercept and we have y-intercept, so we can plot them at the graph.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Fatimur Mira. Metric number D201910884339. Okay, now let's do the exercise based on what Iza already showed us the example.
For exercise 1, we will do the graph by using 2 points. The question wants us to graph the linear equation for y equals to 2x minus 5 by using 2 points. So first, we need to find the first point for this equation. So let x equals to 0, then substitute 0 into the equation, which y equals to 2 multiplied with 0 and minus 5, and we get y equals to negative 5. And then the points we get is x equal to 0 and y equals to negative 5. And then we need to find another point. So let x equals to 1 and substitute x equals to 1 in the equation. So y equals to 2 multiplies with 1 and minus 5. We get y equals to negative 3. And the point we get is 1 and negative 3. And we can do the graph by using the decimals. Just click the 2-point form and then we need to substitute slope-intercept equation, which is our equation is y equals to 2x minus 2 and minus 5, sorry. And then our first point is x equals to 0 and y equals to negative 5. And then if you want to label, click label. And then for point 2, our y equals to negative 3 and x equals to 1. And then label. And then we get the graph like this. Next, we need to graphing using the slope and y-intercept. The question wants us to graphing y equals to negative 3 over 2x plus 5 by using the slope and y-intercept. Slope equals to negative 3 over 2 and y-intercept equals to 5. First, we need to graph the y-intercept. When y-intercept, y equals to 5 and x equals to 0, and this is the point. And next, we use the slope to get the other points on the line. So when y equals to 0, we will get the value of x, and we need to substitute y equals to 0 in the equation. So 0 equals to negative 3 over 2x plus 5, and then we get the value of x 10 over 3. And then we get the point for the second point is x equals to 10 over 3 and y equals to 5, and then we get the point. Click slope intercept form, and then we get this, and substitute m, which is slope equals to negative 3 over 2, and y-intercept, which is b equals to 5, and then the equation is y equals to negative 3 over 2x plus 5, and then we get the graph. Okay, this is our graph for this equation. For last exercise, we need to graphing using x-intercept and y-intercept. The question wants us to find y-intercept and x-intercept for linear equation for x minus 3y minus c equals to 0. First, we need to find x-intercept and let y equals to 0 and substitute into the equation, and we get the x equals to 3 per 2, and the point is 3 per 2 and 0. And then we need to find y-intercept, let x equals to 0, and then substitute into the equation, and then we get y equals to negative 2, and then this is the point for the graph. Click 2-point form, and then substitute the equation for this graph, which is for x minus 3y minus c equals to 0, and then the point for x-intercept is x equals to 3 over 2 and y equals to 0, and for y-intercept is x equals to 0 and y equals to negative 2 in the label, and this is our graph for this question.
Hello and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Nur Ifa Farhana binti Muhammad Sofyan, and I will explain about application linear function in real life. Most of the time we do not know or see how linear function apply to real life, but actually many people use it in daily life without realizing it. Usually people just do the calculation inside their brain without drawing out a graph. So let's see what application of linear function in daily life. Firstly, it often includes rate of change, which known as velocity. For example, to know how fast was athlete average speed over the course of his run. Second, prevalent throughout business and economy. For example, the sale of our business. Oh, and to determine which company is offering you a better rate of pay, a linear equation can be used to figure it out too. And lastly is making prediction. One of the most helpful ways to apply linear equation in everyday life is to make prediction about what will happen in the future. For example, a big sale spend and earn sale in month, so the linear equation can be used to predict cumulative profit from month to month. I will give you another example of application. Why calculate wage based on the hourly pay rate, calculate medicine dose based on the patient weight, and hiring a car if a deposit is paid and there is an hourly charge.
For conclusion, there are many things we learn in this topic, which are definition of linear function, slope, x and y intercept, making 2 points to make a new line, and the most importantly is to use Desmos for solve the graph. Then we know how the linear equation might able to be applied in daily life. By having strong understanding of this concept, it will help you to excel in this mathematics course. So that's all from us. Thank you.